Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay, hey, yeah, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Work with me, you know.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Arizona Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Rams post-game show. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are again with another loss after the bye week. And currently right now, the Arizona Cardinals fall to 1-5 after the bye week when they had such a promising start at 6-4. But unfortunately, it's not the way the cookie crumbled this time around, and now we are finding ourselves with big questions out there. And although I'm going to be sincerely honest here, this game, Kyler Murray actually had a pretty darn good game with the exception of those interceptions, right? He actually had a pretty darn good game, which makes this game so much harder to try to break down because when you really look at it, ladies and gentlemen, this game could have been won. Could have been won by the Arizona Cardinals because of the defense. It's just, although I could admit that Kyler Murray didn't have a bad game, and actually some might say a good game, it almost just kind of goes back to the same vicious cycle of why can't this offense get it right? Why can't this offense figure it out? Well, that's been the biggest question that we've been trying to figure out throughout the entirety of the 2024 season. We're going to break this down, Cardinals versus the Rams. Do me a huge favor, ladies and gentlemen. Smack up the like button. Do it for the algorithm. Appreciate you guys for being here. And let me give a huge shout out here to the sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. BetUS. If you're looking for a brand new sports book, BetUS is the way to go. Currently, right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on their first deposit and a 125% sign-up bonus on the following two. That's going to be using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. Of course, bet responsibly and bet within your means. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get started here. Let's talk about Cardinals versus Rams and another potential of what if, right? Another game that got away from our Arizona Cardinals are now falling to 7-9 on the season. But I think the most important thing to talk about is the Cardinals are now 1-5 after the bye week. 1-5. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely not a good feeling as an Arizona Cardinal fan that wants to hope that 2025 is going to be different. Let's break it down. Let's break this game down, shall we? Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about it here. Now, like I said a little earlier, I honestly think Kyler Murray didn't have a bad game. Like, I'm going to be seriously honest here. And if you don't know me, right, I'm a big Kyler Murray. Like, I criticize him a lot. A lot. I criticize Kyler Murray. And some people might not like that about me, but I pride myself of telling my truth, right? Although it might not be your truth, right? My truth is what I see with my own eyes, right? And in this game, I thought I thought Kyler Murray actually played a pretty darn good game, to be honest with you. I really did. With the exception of those interceptions, right? With the exception of those interceptions, this game was really weird. I'm going to be really honest with you. This game was really odd because I thought coming into this game, the Cardinals were going to get obliterated. I really thought that. I did not think we stand a snowball chance in heck versus the LA Rams team. So if you want to take a positive approach, if you want to take a light at the end of the tunnel approach, this Rams team is a dangerous team. This Rams team is a playoff caliber team, right? And the Cardinals defense did a very good job in holding them to 13 points. So, like I said, if there's something that you want to take away, positive, right? And we're not going to talk very much positive. Just let me get the positive stuff out of the way. Let me do something here. Let me give a little bit of cherry whipped cream to those guys that like to talk positive. This Arizona Cardinal defense came to play today. They came to play today. They did a fantastic job against this LA Rams team that was lighting pretty much up everybody up, right? After the bye week, this team And once they got healthier, this Rams team is no joke. No joke at all. So there's my positivity. Negativity. The Cardinals defense couldn't get back there to save their lives. Oh my God, it was a frustrating thing to see as an Arizona Cardinal fan. But I mean, what do you expect, right? Every Cardinal fan that I knew, either virtually, subscriber-wise, or my friends or family members that are fans of the Cardinals, we've all said this from the jump and from the get. The Cardinals need to address this terrible defensive line, specifically in the edge, right? Specifically in the edge. And the trade deadline came and went, and nothing. Monty Austin-Fort was really okay with just going Baron Browning. And I'm not going to come out here and say Baron Browning is doo-doo. I'm not going to say that. I think he's made some pretty good plays here and there. But at the end of the day, Baron Browning is not an X factor. He's not a closer. He's not a guy that's going to have quarterbacks scared of, man, this guy's going to come out here and wreak havoc. That's not who Baron Browning is. He's a rotational guy that the Cardinals use. And now we have a defense that obviously you can't get back there and rattle the cage of this freaking quarterback, right? Matthew Stafford had a subpar day. I'm going to say it. Matthew Stafford had a subpar day today, and which was actually very shocking to me because Matthew Stafford has been on one. Now, I don't know if we're blaming this on division, right? Maybe it's because it's a division game. Maybe the Cardinals just do really, really well in matching up with them. I don't know what it is, but Matthew Stafford finished off this game with 17 of 32, 189 yards. Kyler Murray, and I'm not sure, fact check me if I'm right, but this might be Kyler Murray's second 300-yard game of the season, passing. Am I correct? Chat, let me know. Let me know if I'm correct or not. But this might be Kyler Murray's second 300-yard game passing through the air. Am I correct on that? I think I might be. It's definitely not 3. I don't think it's 3. I think this is the second one. So overall, I think that he did pretty well, with the exception of those interceptions, and we're going to be diving into those soon here, right? Unfortunately, James Conner went down. I think he carried the ball 4 times. Michael Carter had to carry the load for the most part, and Michael Carter did a really good job. He did a pretty darn good job. 13 carries, 70 yards, and I know the big question is going to be out there, why didn't we run the ball? I know we're going to be diving into that here as well. Trey McBride, a couple other little glimmers of hope or a couple other little positivity if you want to take. Trey McBride had a fantastic game. 12 receptions, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. And guess what? He got himself a touchdown. Yes, hallelujah. Fire emoji in the comments below, ladies and gentlemen. It is fantastic, right? Great stuff. And he broke 1,000 yards on the season. So that's fantastic for Trey McBride as well. Kyren Williams, I thought it was going to be a lot more of a big impactful player than he was. Kyren Williams did not do very much. Didn't do very much. 13 carries, 56 yards, 1 touchdown. Puka Nacua is going to get his. He's going to get. It's just the way that it is. He's going to get his numbers. He's a great wide receiver, right? For the most part, I felt like the Cardinals' offense outplayed the offense of the Rams, right? Of course, they scored 13 points. We scored 9. So I know you're going to say to yourself, oh, how do they outplay them? Well, because if you look at the stats, the Arizona Cardinals were on the field 36 minutes and 55 seconds. Time of possession, we owned it. We owned time of possession. To their time of possession, 23 minutes and 5 seconds. Like, there is no reason that the Cardinals only were able to score 9 points. Of course, we scored a touchdown from Trey McBride. The field goal or the extra kick was blocked, and then we had to settle for a field goal from Chad Ryland, which, entails 9 points to their 13 points, right? In the first half, penalties killed us. Penalties were killing any momentum that we might have. We know for a fact that this Arizona Cardinals offense cannot get through penalties. Now, one thing I want to say, and I've said this before, Kyler Murray actually had a pretty good game this game. He was actually letting it rip today. He was letting it rip. There was multiple plays that he threw the ball beyond the sticks, and that's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. Balls that are getting past the sticks. Now, I'm not saying there was no dink and dunk. It was the majority was dink and dunk, but he was throwing the ball beyond the sticks. Trey McBride had what? A 30-yard gain, potentially could have had another one. Unfortunately, got called back because of a penalty. It was a 19-yard gain from Zay Jones, which was a really good catch and throw from Kyler, right? Marvin Harrison Jr. actually was doing pretty darn well in this game as well. He could have had a better game, true, right? He could have had a better game, true, but he finished off the game 6 receptions, 96 yards. For a number one wide receiver that's 22 years old and a rookie, I think that's pretty darn decent. I think it's pretty darn decent, right? What was the difference in this game was we played a penalty. Sorry. What was the difference in this game was the turnovers. And we're going to be talking about those turnovers here pretty soon. I know everybody's lighting it up here in the chat below. If you guys are just joining in here, subscribe if this is your first time here, and smack the like button. Smack the like button. If you guys want to open up the phone lines, you guys got to smack that like button. Maybe we can open up the phone lines a little later on here in the stream. Smack it up, ladies and gentlemen. Do it for the algorithm. Let other Cardinal fans know out there that we are currently live. Smack it up. Let me know if you want to go ahead and do open up the phone lines a little later on. But those turnovers killed us, right? Killed us. Third down efficiency wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. What really separated us from winning was the Rams are a playoff team. The Cardinals aren't, right? The Rams are able to win these close, tight-knit games. The Cardinals aren't. They haven't been able to, ever, all season long. They haven't been able to at all. So is it a shock that the Cardinals lost today? No, it's not. Does it hurt less? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, right? It still hurts because although we're out of contention, right? Although we're out of contention for playoffs, it would be nice to sweep the Rams, right? Especially an organization that had your number for years and years and years. It would be nice to sweep them, right? And of course, I know there was a lot of Seahawks fans out there that wanted for us to win. They wanted us to do them a favor because if we beat the Rams, then they would have had a better chance, or this week 18 would have been more crucial for them, right? In terms of potentially winning the NFC West. Sorry, the Cardinals weren't able to do it, but I'm not shocked that we lost, but I am shocked at the score. I didn't expect the Cardinals to only lose by 4 points. I thought we were going to get demolished. I really did. But if there's anything you want to take away from this game, the defense came out and played. I just hope they played week 16. I don't know what the heck happened versus the freaking Panthers, but I digress. The defense came out and played today. It's just the offense, right? When is the offense going to wake up? Well, we got an offense that actually was throwing the ball up and down the field. We had a run game that was actually supported very well without James Conner. The offense was doing pretty good. It's just penalties killed us. Momentum was never really in our favor. In terms of scoring points, like we were moving the ball, but we were killing ourselves and not allowing us to get up the field and score touchdowns or heck, maybe even field goals to win this game. So we ran into a playoff team. We're not a playoff caliber team. We don't know how to win these close games. Sorry to break it to you. We do not know how to win these games. We don't. Now, here's the question. Are we ever going to be able to figure it out, right? Are we going to be able to figure it out? That's the big question out there. Because right now, there's a lot of Cardinal fans that are looking at our franchise quarterback and saying, you ain't it. You ain't it, Kyler Murray. And if there was a game that people would love to win, and guess what? I know people think that you're so wishy-washy or you jump back and forth. That's the NFL season. It's not just Cardinal fans. It happens to every single fan base. And guess what? I know that at least one or two people from every single fan base. Now, the winning cultured fan bases, they're not as jumpy as we are, but guess what? We don't have very much success, so there's not really much that we can hold on to as Arizona Cardinal fans, right? But this happens in every single fan base. So to come out here and say, oh, this Cardinal fan base is very, very bad because they want the Cardinals to lose, I don't think that's what it is. I think the Cardinals organization, I think the Cardinal fan base just expects better now. They're not willing to accept the whole, oh, this is year 2 of rebuild. You started 6-4, ladies and gentlemen. At one point, you were 6-4 in the bye week. And then after the bye week, you're 1-5, right? Now, for those positive people out there that don't want me to speak positive, or sorry, don't want me to speak negative, here's your opportunity. We had 15 minutes. I gave you all I can give you positivity wise. I gave you 15 minutes of the show, 15 minutes of the stream. Appreciate you guys for being here. But if you do want to step away because you don't want me to talk about the negative side of it all, and it's not that bad. I want to be clear. This is not that bad compared to most of my negative shows. I think this is actually baby negative. I think this is PG-13 negative, I'm going to be honest with you. But if you don't want to stay here, no worries. I completely understand, right? Let's talk about those 2 interceptions, right? Let's talk about those 2 interceptions, and then we'll talk about Kyler Murray here in a little bit. Of course, the interceptions are Kyler Murray, and it's going to segue into what we all want to talk about, and that is Kyler Murray going to be the future of the Cardinals? Right now, it feels like it is because of contract-wise, but like I said, we'll get into that. Let's talk about those 2 interceptions. The first one, Kyler Murray was having a very good game. Statistically, great game. And for the people out there that are always talking about QBR, shove your QBR. This is a good game. None of your QBR BS, 180 yards. He completed 22 of 36. Nah. This was a good game. All your other QBR stuff is out the window. That's bogus. This was a good statistical game from Kyler, with the exception of the 2 interceptions, right? So, first interception, Kyler Murray. I believe it was a 4th down, if I'm not mistaken, or a 3rd down. I should have double checked myself when I looked, but this was kind of a must-have situation, right? When Kyler Murray chucks the ball deep to double coverage to Marvin Harrison Jr., right? Now, you can look at this multiple different ways, and I was trying to break this down when I was on my live play-by-play, because there was a lot of people saying either A, Kyler Murray shouldn't have thrown that ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. at double coverage, and then there were some people out there saying Marvin Harrison Jr. needs to get that ball, right? He needs to jump up and get that ball. So whatever side of the coin that you're on, I understand both sides, to be honest with you. I understand where you're saying Marvin needs to jump up and get that ball, but I also do understand the other side too, where people are like, why the heck would you throw it there, right? Now, for the people out there that are saying, why the heck would you throw it there? I kind of lean to that side a little bit more, and here's my reasons as to why. This isn't the first time that we've seen Kyler Murray chuck the ball deep when it wasn't necessary to do so, right? When it wasn't necessary to do so. We've seen Kyler Murray do it multiple times in his tenure of being an Arizona Cardinal. We could be talking about a 3rd and 1. We could be talking about a 2nd and 1. We can be talking about a freaking 3rd and inches. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you see Kyler Murray make these things of, hey, when it works, man, that's a great throw, right? Man, you did wonderful. Fantastic job. But then you see the other side of the coin where you're like, man, let's just freaking play for the first down, right? Give ourselves a chance to play for the first down, right? But it almost does feel like Kyler Murray loves to chuck the ball deep, right? So to go back to the first interception, I get both sides of the argument. I really do. I get the people that are saying, Marvin, you need to jump up there and get that ball. And I understand the Cardinal fans are saying, what the heck are you doing? I understand it. I'm leaning a little bit more to Kyler, what are you doing? And of course, I know there's going to be people out there running to the comments. You're just trying to find every excuse to badmouth Kyler. Guys, I just spent 15 minutes talking about how good I feel like statistically Kyler Murray played. And I'm not even talking about QBR. I'm talking about statistically he had a really good game and actually was in command of this offense. It actually looked like we chucked the ball deep. So I gave you 15 minutes. That's all I got to say. Now, let's continue to talk about that. I'm leaning a little bit more to the whole idea that, man, you shouldn't be doing that, right? Couple different reasons. Marvin Harrison Jr., I get it. You're trying to give him the opportunity to maybe recreate the Hail Murray. That's probably what they were trying to do. Let's be honest, guys. Right now, in the point of Marvin Harrison Jr., he's nowhere near what DeAndre Hopkins is or was. And DeAndre Hopkins was in triple coverage when that Hail Murray happened, right? Marvin was in double coverage. Now, can there be an opportunity to say Marvin should have jumped earlier? Or maybe Marvin jumped too early, right? Regardless, I just don't think that was a play to be made at that very moment, right? To me. Now, everybody can differ. Everybody's got their opinions. Everybody wants to say it's either this, it's either that. Now, yes, the offensive line was not great today. But for the most part, it was decent, right? It was decent. There was times that Kyler Murray got rushed and it was over. It was game over. And then there was times that Kyler Murray had 5-6 seconds in the freaking pocket, right? So it depends of obviously the situations that are being put in front of you. So that was the first interception and the way I looked at it. The second interception, right? When it was second down or third down, but you had all the time in the world to potentially run it, right? This is where I'm always going to go back and say, what the heck is going on? And I'm blaming everybody on the offensive side of the ball. Drew Petzing, you're not safe here. You're not safe here, Drew Petzing. You're not safe here at all. I don't understand the play call. I don't. Michael Carter was doing pretty darn good. Running the ball, Michael Carter in this game was 13 of 70. Why didn't we at least run the ball? We had 2 timeouts left. We were doing solid. They couldn't stop Michael Carter for the most part. I don't get the play call. I really don't. Yes, I might be blaming Drew on this one for sure, right? Now, I rewatched the replay. I rewatched it because obviously it's all over Twitter. It's all over X. Although I can truly agree that, man, Drew Petzing, what the heck? Why did you do that, right? Why? When I rewatched the replay, I don't know if you guys need to rewatch it, but watch it in slow motion. The moment the ball is snapped, Kyler Murray does not get his eyes off the left-hand side of the field. It almost kind of felt like this ball is going to Trey regardless. Regardless. Now, if you rewatch it again, of course, right? Anytime you can split apart or play back a specific play in frames, you can say to yourself, okay, if you wait a split a second earlier or split second later, you might have Marvin Harrison Jr. up the middle. And although I do believe it, it almost felt like Kyler knew this ball is going to Trey regardless. He doesn't stop looking on the left-hand side. He continues to look at the left side after his drop back. Continues to look at the left, continue to look at the left, lets it fling, and completely doinks him in the head. Completely doinks Trey McBride straight in the head. Ball goes up in the air. Rams defender comes up, intercepts it. And I know there's some people out there saying, it touched the ground. It wasn't really an interception. Well, regardless of the way that you feel, they called it as an interception. Of course, the game was over then, right? That whole sequence of that last play was utter garbage. Garbage. I don't understand what the philosophy was there from Drew Petzing to say, here we go, right? Unless it was the whole, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. Unless it was the whole Russell Wilson, and if there's Seahawks fans out there, you might know what I'm talking about. The Russell Wilson in the Super Bowl running it or not running it with Marshawn, but allowing to hopefully let Russell Wilson get the flowers, right? That's what it kind of felt like. Like, it almost kind of felt like, although we knew that the run game was working and we got 2 timeouts, so even if it was stopped, we have another opportunity to time out, that this coaching staff maybe wanted to allow Kyler to get the flowers and to get the win. Because we know, man, we're hearing it. Everybody's hearing what is being said about Kyler. Everybody is. Everybody hears it. Look at this chat. Look at this chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this chat. And yes, this channel, the AZ Sports Fan, has been very, very known as a channel that's, seen to other positive fans as, oh, you're a negative channel, right? I, to me, I just tell my truth, right? And for the most part, I'm usually right. Am I wrong sometimes? Yeah, I'm wrong sometimes, right? For the most part, I'm right. Most part. 65% of the chance. 55, right? Most part. So going back to that second interception, I don't know. I felt like this coaching staff was like, yeah, Kyler, we're gonna put this ball in your hand. And although to me, it makes sense, right? Trey McBride should probably get that ball, right? It makes sense. Because Trey McBride is him. Trey McBride had a fantastic game. So I don't personally blame the fact that we were going to Trey McBride. I didn't like the stare down that Kyler Murray had on the left-hand side of the field. And the throw, right? I saw a couple people on social media saying, oh, that throw was good. That was a good throw. It hit the man straight in the head. It hit Trey McBride in the head. What do you mean that's a good throw? Now, okay, are we talking potential, maybe just missed timing? Potentially, right? But I mean, the throw could have been a little bit better. Unless you wanted Trey McBride to have a helmet catch, right? Which you don't see very often. He got demolished straight in the forehead. It was right on the head. So for the people out there saying, oh, it was a good throw, I mean, I guess if you call getting doinked in the head a good throw, I guess. But the situation wasn't right? And it probably started with Drew Petzing. That's probably factual. That's very factual. It started with Drew Petzing. You probably shouldn't have called that. I don't know. It almost kind of felt like they said to themselves, we're going to allow Kyler to win this game for us. He's gotten a lot of heat. A lot of people are pissed off. A lot of people are calling for his job. And then for an organization that finds different ways to lose, here's another way. Here's another way to lose. Doink. Trey McBride straight in the head. Allow it to go up in the air, get an interception. The rest is history from there. So, I'm going to be honest with you. Kyler statistically had probably his top 4 game or top 3 game in this game, statistically. I think he commanded the offense pretty darn well. I think there was sometimes he looked a little timid, but for the most part looked pretty confident. Looked pretty confident in terms of trying to run this offense. The problem is that we're not seeing that consistently. I almost promise you, if we seen this Kyler Murray in 3 of the last 4 games, 3 of the last 5 games, people wouldn't be as pissed off. People wouldn't be as upset with Kyler Murray. The problem is that we're not seeing these type of performances. And like I said, wash away those interceptions. I'm just talking about statistically, the way he played the game, the way he commanded the offense. If you've seen this type of Kyler in 3 or 4 of the last after the bye week, people wouldn't be as pissed off. People wouldn't be as, man, I'm ready to move off this guy. I promise you. I promise you. Kyler statistically had a good game. He did. I'm going to be the first to say it. I think he did really well today. Commanded the offense well. You got some big chunk plays to Trey, to Zay, Marv. Throwing the ball past the sticks. That's what we're asking for. He did a good job. It's just those interceptions were costly. And that's what people are always going to remember. The costly interceptions. I don't know what the future holds. I don't. I don't know what the future holds, right? I can only speculate. I can only say what I think, what I would like, what I would hope. But one thing that I feel like is not okay, and I feel like most of us should agree on, right? Cardinal fans, even Kyler Murray stands out there, right? One thing that I feel like we should agree on, all of us, unless you're not a Cardinal fan and you're just a Kyler fan, that going 1-5 after the bye week is not okay, right? Right? Going 1-5 after the bye week is not okay. I get the circumstances that we were in, right? Coulda, shoulda, woulda versus the Vikings game. Shoulda, coulda, woulda against this Rams game. Shoulda, coulda, woulda against the Panthers game. Getting swept by the Seahawks. Beating the Patriots. Big whoop. Right? Going 1-5 is not okay. Is not. It's a fireable offense. I think if we seen this offense the way it was ran consistently, people wouldn't be as pissed off as they are now. The problem is we're not. The problem is that the inconsistencies of this team is rearing its ugly head and the offense still can't figure it out, right? They figured it out today, but can they do it consistently, right? Or are you going to be able to see it back to back? What if the Cardinals beat the 49ers next week, right? Does it matter? Do you care? Do you want the Cardinals to win next week? Because right now they're sitting at 7-9, and I've seen a lot of comments out there saying, I want to play for that draft pick. What's the point of winning? I mean, kind of right. To me, honestly, I thought we were going to get blown out in this game. I'm actually pretty shocked that it's 13-9, honestly. Did I want to win this game? Honestly, I've said this before, right? I'm not heartbroken about this loss. I was heartbroken last week. I was heartbroken versus the getting swept by the Seahawks. I was heartbroken by the Vikings. At some point, the heartbreak stops hurting and it becomes immune, right? So, no, I'm not heartbroken on this loss. I thought we were going to get blown out. I seriously thought we were going to get blown out of the water. So, if there's one thing to take away, it's that we didn't get blown out. We didn't get blown out of the water. But you still got to look at this as, man, you're 1-5 after the bye week. That's not okay. That's not okay. Whether it's Kyler's fault, the wide receiver's fault, Drew Petzing's fault, regardless, it's an organizational issue that has failed. You were 6-4 and you failed. I don't see this as a successful season, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to break it to you. I said this before. I'll give you 15 minutes of positivity, and I gave you 15 minutes of positivity in the first part of this stream. I don't see this as a successful season. You're 1-5 after the bye week. That's a failure. You were 6-4. You had this in your hands. Now, what happens with the 49ers game? If you win 8 games, okay, we're 8 wins. All right, positivity, I guess. This is not a good way to end the season. Not a good way to end the season at all. You want to progress, right? People want to compare this to the Lions. This is the Lions rebuild, Mike. This is the Lions rebuild. Well, guess what? At the end of the season, when the games matter in November and December, that Lions team in year 2 has actually surged better than this team ever could have. You're 1-5 after the bye week. I'm sorry to break it to you, and I'm already seeing the little negative thumbs down. Right? Oh, it's fine. It's my truth. It's my truth. You can't be excited about 2025 when you ended off the season at 1-5 and potentially 1-6 or potentially 2-5. You don't know what's going to happen in the 49ers game. We don't know. This team right here needs to get a gut check. They do. Absolutely. To be honest with you, I'm not happy with the way that JG, and I'm not saying fire JG. I want to be very clear. I like Jonathan Gannon. I still think that he's obviously the head coach still, right? Not calling for his job. But I don't like the way that he answered. The joy is in Competition. You're out of your mind. Joy is in competition. You brought here to win games. That's why you're brought in here. You're not brought in here to cheerlead. You're brought in here to win games. The joy is in the competition. I understand why people are disappointed, but the joy is in the competition. You're out of your damn mind for even answering it that way. And I get it. You probably didn't mean it in that sense, but that's the way most people interpreted it. Pretty much brushing off the idea that people are disappointed. They should be. You were 6-4. You gave people false hope that this team could potentially be something. And let's be clear. It's not false hope because you're not a good team. It's false hope because you failed. JG, you say this plenty of times. It's on me. Okay, well, let me blame you, JG. You failed. You failed. You want to blame? This is all you? Okay, you failed. You failed as a head coach to get this organization right. You were 6-4. You know what this tells me? After the bye week, guys, you have one win. If this isn't enough to shake you up, then this organization is going to continue to be the same organization they are year in and year out. Just content with mediocrity year in and year out, and content with progress. Oh, progress. I'm seeing the same excuses over and over and over and over and over and over. And it's the same people. The same people. Stop. Stop even commenting on any of my things. Nobody cares what you have to say. Or I don't. All right? Stop commenting on my stuff. Stop. If I piss you off that much, right? Because I got a lot of DMs with people calling me like all these things. Oh, shut the F up or blah, blah. Stop following me. I've never changed who I am. I am who I am. I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years and nothing's changed. What? Your DMs isn't going to change anything. But if I make you that miserable and that unhappy with your life, stop following me. Simple. What I'm trying to accomplish is this organization getting a standard that winning is okay. And that winning consistently is good. That's what I'm trying to accomplish, right? Hasn't done very well because you always have those people out there. Oh, I wanted the draft pick anyways. Oh, shut up. You were content with the draft pick because of this downfall for the Cardinals and what they accomplished. That's why you're okay with the draft pick. But you're not talking about draft pick when we were 6-4. No, we contented ourselves with the draft pick because this Cardinals organization failed us again, and again. And I promise you, in a week or two, when they have their finals, they're going to say, oh, well, we made progress. You were 1-5 at one point. If only I had a billionaire, a multi-billionaire to buy this freaking team, that would make me the happiest man on earth. If I had a billionaire on my speed dial saying, bro, it's time. It's time. Like, how? This is what I was trying to prevent from the beginning of the season. And what I was always told is it's year 2. Why aren't we spending money, I used to say, right? We had $20 million in cap. Why aren't we spending money? Oh, it's year 2, Mike. Oh, why are we getting all these mid players? Okay, well, I mean, they're an upgrade from the other ones, but they're kind of mid players. Oh, man, this is going to be the best thing in the world. Let Monty cook. My goodness, Monty is cooked. You should have re-brought Byron Murphy Jr. just like I wanted us to. You should have re-brought Zach Allen back just like I wanted to. And of course, there goes those people. Oh, it's hindsight. No. You made a mistake. Own it. You should have brought back Zach Allen because he had probably arguably one of the best nights of his career in this Saturday game before Cardinals versus Rams. And he's actually had a pretty darn good start, or I guess beginning of a season anyways. Monty got cooked. But we told ourselves, oh, it's a new regime. We're not going to spend money. When we had money to spend, it's not like Zach Allen got paid that much. It just was too much for us. It just was too much for us. Don't try to come back and say hindsight. No, that's what you do in the NFL. You take chances, but you can't win or you can't hit a home run if you don't swing the freaking bat. If you're playing cautious, if you're playing timid, you're going to get timid results. That's the way that it is. The Cardinal fans wanted a Azeez Ojulari, which would probably cost us a third or fourth or fifth rounder. Oh no, we settled for timid Baron Browning. And I'm not sitting here saying he's bad or he's doo-doo, but all I'm saying is you can't expect that guy to make you who you thought you were supposed to be. No, timid. And now we've entered the negative part of the stream. It'll continue to be like this, ladies and gentlemen. It'll continue to be like this. Always, 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 and always. Michael Bidwell, yes. But who did fans want as a head coach, right? Weren't people talking about Jim Harbaugh? Of course, he didn't come in until after. That's true. Didn't people want Sean Payton? Look what Sean Payton's doing with Bo Nix. Bo Nix, rookie quarterback that everybody thought was trash, except for Sean Payton. We always find a way to cut corners. We always find a way to try to make things a savable buck. Well, that's us, man. That's the Cardinals organization in a freaking nutshell. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. But when will we ever learn? We won't. We won't. It's going to be the same things over and over again because Cardinal fans accept it. That's it. It's just the way it is. People don't understand it. People don't want to push the grain because they feel like it's going to make them a bad fan. Well, I mean, understand what's in front of you, and then you make your own opinion then. Don't just follow along in what this organization has done and think that's always the right way. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, the people that are in this leadership role is not always making right decisions. Sorry to say it. Jonathan Gannon should have played preseason with these guys. Didn't do it. We had a lot of money to spend. Not as much as we're going to have this year, but we didn't do it. Monty didn't want to sign back Zach Allen. Why? Because he didn't want to do it. He didn't value him. Byron Murphy, same thing. Didn't value him. Didn't do any valuation. He just said, F it, peace out. Your Kimes regime, I don't want you. Now we're worried about, is Petzing going to get fired? At this point, I got no ties with Petzing. I can care less. It's just, how many more people do we got to go through? How many more people do we got to go through, right? To get it right. To get it right. It's going to be the same vicious cycle over and over again is what I feel like. It's a very unfortunate circumstance that we're under right now, but if you don't take a swing at these things that you should be taking a swing at, and it's okay to miss. It's okay. It's okay to miss. People are so scared to miss. It's okay to miss. Just take a swing sometimes. Well, hopefully we're going to have a lot of money this year around. If you guys expect the Cardinals to spend all of that, every single $100 million in the cap space, you got to also remember that you're dealing with Michael Bidwell / Monty Austinfort at the helm as well. Hopefully they prove me wrong, but like I said before, I like Monty's drafts. I really do. Trading has not been very good for me. I feel like we don't get value back. And in the other side of the coin, free agency has been very, very meh. Only two guys have really worked out for the Cardinals, and that's Kazir White and Mac Wilson Sr. That's it. Everybody else, injury prone. Everybody else, not really worth a lick. Unless they can prove when they get healthier that they can actually become a big part of this team, then at this point, my opinion stays as is. But let's do this. It's time. It's time to open up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get the
emotional damage.
It's time to get the... Where is it at? Sorry.
Oh no! We suck again!
It's time. Let's open up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time to go ahead and open up the phone lines. I want to hear from you guys. You guys heard from me already. I gave you my positive side of it all, and I gave you my negative side of it all. Did I warn you? I did. I warned you guys. So I'm not sad or mad or one bit at all. All the warning has been put out there. So it's that time. Opening up the phone lines. If this is your first time here, super simple. All you got to do is I post a link here on the YouTube side of it all. If you're watching this on X or Twitter, you do got to go over to the YouTube side, just FYI. If you don't want to, if you just want to sit back and enjoy and see what the rest of the Arizona Cardinal fans have to say, or at least the ones that are subscribed to this channel, sit back, relax, get yourself some popcorn. But here we go. Phone lines are opening up. There is the link right there. It's been posted on the YouTube side. If you're watching this on X and Twitter, shoot us a follow. If not, no worries. Enjoy the show. If you're watching this on YouTube, shoot us a subscribe. We're on the road to 17K. Smack the like button if you guys have not yet already, or smack the dislike button if you disagree with everything I have to say. No worries. That's still engaging with the channel as well. So if you think your little dislikes are going to hurt me, it doesn't. It only helps the engagement of the channel, believe it or not. So, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys for being here. Either smack the like button or the dislike button. No worry off my skin. So, all right, let's open up the phone lines. We got one of the regulars here coming on. We got AZ Sports Girl waiting to jump on. All right, AZ Sports, where you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling about the Cardinals losing to the Los Angeles Rams?
Not really that great. I was really tied into the game at first, but I was just like, it's starting to get boring. Congrats to Trey McBride for getting that touchdown. I was like, he's gonna get it. Today's the day. Today's the day. And then he got it, and I was like, I predicted it. Let's go. Yes. So that was definitely a positive in my eyes. Defense definitely stepped up compared to whatever happened in Carolina. I still refuse to talk about it, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. Offense, I'm not impressed. I'm not gonna blame this game on Kyler. I'm blaming it on Drew. There were some points in the game where I was just like, why are we doing this? And what are some of these calls? It's just like, I give up trying to figure out Drew Petzing.
Yeah.
He's complicated.
Yeah, I mean, after the bye week is 1-5, I definitely think that's definitely more than a fireable offense. I would hope that this thing would get fixed, that it doesn't seem like it's going to get fixed. You got one game left versus the 49ers, but are you confident in 2025? Let me ask you that.
Yes and no. I've been a Cardinals fan since 2018, so I'm gonna say yes, but I'm split decision.
Yeah.
I'll just let 2025 come to us and see what the future has.
That's fair. All right, AC Sports Girl, appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good night. Later. All right, let's keep this going here. We got a few more people here jumping on here. We got Jesus. Jesus, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me, man. How you feeling about the Arizona Cardinals loss to the Rams? You there, Jesus? Jesus? All right, let's keep it going here. Jesus, if you're still there, maybe come out and go back in. Maybe that will work out. Let's go with Brian. Brian, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me, Brian. How you feeling?
How's it going, Mike?
Good, man. Good.
It's definitely a disappointing day.
Yeah.
So I was in your soup chats earlier. So to answer your question, I've been a Cardinals fan since Kurt Warner. That was a big thing that brought my family back together, was watching the Super Bowl back in, what was it, 2008? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
As for this game, I rewatched a lot of it. I'm not going to blame Marvin on the interception. Kyler, he overthrew that. It was a very slight margin. It was not a catchable ball. As for the Trey McBride situation, I understand what they were going for. They wanted that Marvin or the Trey McBride, Kyler Murray happy ending.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
but I can see where everyone's going with that.
Yeah, no, I
It's
understand. It did feel like the Marshawn Lynch Seahawks. I'm gonna let Russell Wilson take this as opposed to Marshawn Lynch. He's gonna get the flag. Yeah, I felt like that. It did.
exactly. Um, I've been a big Kyler Murray supporter for a while, and this season, I don't know anymore. It's clear that he struggles under high pressure situations. Many people do. Not many people on the planet can actually handle that level of stress, and it's hard to judge it when you've never been in it.
True.
But I don't fully agree with going for another quarterback next year for that competition, just for the fact that we can use that capital for something else. I don't. I think this is going to be a Michael Bidwell decision, though. I think Monty wants to get this out there, but Michael Bidwell, he's a penny pincher.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. So hopefully he lets us use that capital. And 2025 is Kyler's final chance because we are stuck with him. As you've said multiple times, we're stuck with him. So hopefully he can show continued improvement in 2025. But if not, then that's where it's time to move on.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Brian, man. I understand the frustration. I could feel it, brother. All right, I'll let you go, man. Have a good night, brother. Later.
Hey, you as well.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. We got my guy in the chat, Pete, saying we are tanking for Marvin. Oh wait, that that was last year.
Oh no! We suck again!
All right, let's keep this going here, ladies. We just got 23K5 here in the chat. All right, 23K5, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me, brother. How you feeling, man?
You can hear me, right?
Yes, I can. What's up, dude?
You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. It's tough. It wasn't tough compared to last game because I know last game was bad because I know we lost in overtime. It was heartbroken. But this game, it didn't hurt me a lot. But there are some things I feel bad for. I feel bad for Trey McBride. He was crying on the sidelines.
Yeah.
He was compared to Kyle Murray. And a lot of people are blaming Pessing for that. I don't even know if that's really on Drew Pessing for calling that play on the final play. I don't really think it's not because Kyle Murray executed for him. So Marvin Harris Jr. was wide open, but Kyle Murray had to throw it quick. So, and to really be honest, my fear is this team is going to use a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Is going to scapegoat because, like I said, regardless if like I said, I wish I was a channel member. You know, I would love to be a channel member for you because I know I love this channel so much. But the thing is, us being Cardinal fans, we need to really put out a voice.
Yeah.
Okay. Putting you, I would love AZ Sportsman to get 1 million subs. You know, tell the team, you know, having this team looking at you right now, you know, just saying that the team needs to follow your opinion if we want to win this team, if we need this team to win. But just, I'm feeling bad for Trey McBride. I want Trey McBride to be successful. I want Kyle Murray to be successful.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think Drew Petzing might get fired, and we might get a new offensive coordinator to pair with him if Kyle Murray's still not showing that level that we want him to be in. So if Kyle Murray's not it, we might. If he's really the problem, we have to let him go. So
Yeah, no, I agree, brother. All right, man, I'll let you go, man. Have a great rest of your day. Later, dude.
Later.
I appreciate the kind words, 23K5. I don't think that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here, man. There's some things that I'm wrong on, right? There's definitely a lot of things that I'm wrong on as well. But you know, I think at the end of the day, I don't know, man. I feel like Cardinal fans do need to somehow band together and try to figure out what the hell's going on with this freaking organization because it's crazy, man. If Marvin was anywhere else, he probably. I mean, that's the thing. Marvin actually had a pretty good game today too in terms of statisticals. But let me get to my guy Khalil. Khalil, you are live on the Easy Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me, Khalil. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing, Mike?
Good, man. Good.
Today, the game, it was a little bit of a boring game, but I think Kyler played great this game. The two picks, the first one, I don't think that, like, it was 4th and 10. It was either, if Kyler Murray takes a sack right there, people are going to be mad saying, why'd you take that sack? Just do something. If he throws the ball deep and it gets picked off, people are gonna be like, "What are you doing? Why would you do that?" He clearly couldn't run for the first down. But me personally, like I do understand the fact that he did throw that in double coverage. But Marvin did the first dude. He was a non-factor. Marvin did get out jumped by that. The dude was behind him, and Marvin just simply got out jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvin is a rookie. D Hop would have made that catch, but we know he's not like D Hop yet.
Yeah.
But Marvin did just simply get out jumped right there. So either way, like you could put it on whoever, like you said, doesn't matter. Like the play didn't happen.
Yeah.
But and then the Trey McBride one, I don't know. You said you didn't think it was a perfect throw or whatever throw. Me, in the play, well, in the post game press conference, Kyler Murray said when they run that, it's usually like a 95% chance to work. Like every time they done it, it's hit 95% of the time. So Trey McBride, knowing he's the number one read right there, he's just got to get his head around. Like he knows if the look is there, Trey, he has to turn his head. The ball's gonna be on him, especially if it's a 95% chance, like they say. So it did. I mean, it was very catchable. Like
Yeah.
you do want the ball to hit you where your face mask is. So I mean, he just got to get his head around that. Personally, for me, I think that was a good throw, good read.
No, that's fair. Yeah, no, I didn't hear the press conference yet because obviously I had to do a few different things. I got to check that out here. Yeah, when it comes down to it, man, yeah, the 2 interceptions pretty costly here. Let me ask you this real quick, Khalil. How are you feeling about 2025? I think we all can kind of figure that we most likely will come back. How are you feeling about 2025?
I feel great actually. I know a lot of people don't, but me, the 1 year Kyler did have a good team. The year we made the playoffs, the 1 year he had a good team, we made the playoffs. Like 2020 was the start of that team actually being good, and then 2021 is really when it came on with Hassan Reddick and all that. So I mean, and then after that, we let everybody go. You said Monty let go of Byron Murphy and Zach. I thought that was Steve Kahn though. After that 2021 season, I thought it was Steve Kahn that let go of Chase Edmonds, Byron Murphy, Zach Allen, Christian Kirk. I thought that was the season they got not. So I didn't think that was Monty who did it when you said it was Monty.
I thought it was the first year because I think Vance Joseph he went to Denver because I think he got let go that year, right?
Yeah.
Let me look up. Let me look up here.
Because I thought it was Steve Keim who let all of them go, not Monty, and then Monty was the one who let go of Isaiah because Isaiah Simmons was there after Byron, right? So I thought it.
Yes.
I thought it was Monty. Yeah, I thought it was Monty who let go of D Hop and Isaiah Simmons and them.
Let's see here. Okay, so Zach Allen signs a 3-year deal, $45.75 million with the Broncos on March 2023. So this might be the first year of Monty getting hired. This is the first year of JG though. So JG and Monty come into 2023 and then 2024, right? So this year and then last year. So it was Monty that didn't. But I mean, he did get signed. Yeah, he did sign late, so he probably was late to the game in terms of like knowing the people he was there with. But yeah, he did have an opportunity to bring him back, and he didn't.
Okay, yeah, that's understand. If personally, I feel like that's more on Steve Keim. He should have just re-signed them, but obviously, he probably knew he was leaving, so he didn't care much.
He was stuck in Mexico. Yes,
2025, I feel good. Like the defense has been playing good all year. You only expect that to get better, and then the offense. I mean, today was a good day. We actually were able to give receivers the ball. So if the games we have nothing to lose, like last year when we had nothing to lose, we played good last year. Today when we had nothing to lose, we played good. When there's actually like chances to make the playoffs, like how we are 6-4, we were playing scared. We weren't going for stuff. Or like you asked me before, did I think the coaches trust Kyler Murray when all those times that we all thought we should have went for it? On like the 4th and 2s and we kicked the field goal or ran the ball. You asked me, did they trust Kyler Murray? I feel like that's just the coaches because maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but the analytics say go for it. Like a 4th and 2, the analytics say you got 90-something% chance to go for it. So I think those were just bad decisions on them. Like now if it was a 4th and 5, I understand it, but I think that was just the coaches just being because when Kyler answers questions, he says about offense, he always says, yes, Drew Petzing that, working with the system of the offense, and the offense, like, that was the read if we got the look. So I understand you want to get it to the person in the read. But, like, Greg Dortch was stopped how many times today? 2 or 3 times? before the sticks, not actually picking up the first down, and we punted the ball after that. That's the system of the offense. Like when you get the look, that's where you go. If Kyler Murray just takes it off schedule just a little bit and tries to beat Kyler Murray instead of working in the system of the offense, then we probably get that first down because Greg Dortch is short 2-3 times that game when we punt the ball instead of him actually waiting a second or two longer. Greg Dortch get past or looking for something behind him, so we actually pick up that first down instead of punting on 4th and 1 twice.
Let me ask you this real quick, because I know you said something like, I think we play a little bit more timid when we had nothing to lose, but like when things are in front of us, we kind of seem to crumble, right? And I think it happened under the Cliff Kingsbury. And then does that not worry you at all that maybe it might happen again, like rear its ugly head, regardless if we get rid of Drew Petzing or not? Like I said, I got no ties to him. It is what it is. I'm just trying to figure out a freaking solution. But if he does go, and we're still in that same situation, like what's the common denominator there? It usually just runs to Kyler. Like, not, it's ifs, right? It's ifs. But you saw it in two different regimes. You can't win the big games. That kind of worries me, because although I think we both can agree Kyler Murray's got the ability to be one of the best quarterbacks in this league. One of the best. If he can stay healthy, one of the best. It's just, it almost kind of feels like the skittishness, the indecisiveness, the things kind of come back and bite us in the butt. And they're big moments where you're either going to win it or you're not. So like, that's what I'm a little worried about, to be honest with you. But I'm going to let you go, Khalil. I always love talking to you, brother. You're always on the positive side of things, man. I'm going to let you go, brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
All right, Mike.
Later, man. Peace. All right. Great call. Honestly, thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. We are hitting the hour mark right now. I want to make sure that everybody is fully aware of what's currently going on right now. The Cardinals are 7-9 on the season right now. And although this game could have been winnable, and I know there's a lot of Seahawks fans that are pissed off at us right now. But I mean, regardless, we weren't going to win this for the freaking Seahawks. Like, even if the Cardinals, we weren't going to come out here and say, oh, we're going to do you a favor. We could care less about the damn Seahawks, right? We were going to try to win this game because, of trying to get this fan base back on the side of Kyler. And to me, I can objectively say this is probably one of Kyler Murray's best statistical games, honestly. Like, and you know me, guys. You know me. I'm very, very critical on Kyler. This is one of the best Kyler Murray statistical games. I've seen stuff that I'm like, why haven't we seen this in more times than not, right? If we seen what Kyler Murray did in this game, and I mean throwing the ball beyond the sticks, those big chunk plays, that's the type of stuff that you want to see. Yes, did he throw himself on the ground a couple times and because he was going to get sacked? Of course, right? It happens. You got 4 sacks in this game. He was pressured, right? The offensive line wasn't up to par. But this is the best I've seen Kyler Murray play. This is like top 3, top 4. The problem is that we're not seeing it consistently. If we saw this performance in 3 out of the 4 games, I don't think people would be as pissed off. But we are seeing a lot of stuff from Kyler, like he leaves the game with 186 yards, and then we tell ourselves, well, James Conner had an amazing game. And although that might be true, we want to see more consistency, right? Show me more of this. Show me more of this Kyler Murray, because although we lost, it was still probably one of his best games in a very, very long time that I've seen. So let's close up shop right here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We had over 300 people here on X/Twitter as well as YouTube. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys can do me a huge favor, smack up the like button here on your way out. Of course, we got our positivity side here of the stream in the beginning part of the stream. And then we go ahead and obviously do what Mike does and just kind of tell you the real, because my truth is different than your truth at the end of the day, right, ladies and gentlemen? So I hope for you guys all enjoy the post-game show. We're going to be closing up shop right here. Smack the like button here on your way out, or smack the dislike button if you're on your way out as well, if you feel like I'm just bagging on Kyler Murray. No worries. At the end of the day, we're all Cardinal fans and we want us to succeed. So let me give you a huge shout out here to the sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. The guys that are keeping the lights on here is going to be none other than BetUS. If you're looking for If you're looking for a brand new sports book, BetUS is the way to go. Currently right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you with 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 125% sign-up bonus on the following 2. That's going to be using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. Of course, bet responsibly and bet within your means. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be closing up shop right here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to every single one of you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cardinals.